It's a tricky bit to figure out. I could have said that in a British accent. It's a tricky bit.
Oh, well, soggy bottom.
That's the only thing you like to say.
That and water bottle.
Water bottle. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Happy Thursday.
Yes.
It's the second time this week. Lucky you. Today I am drinking Lake House Capital Brewery. So something new. I don't think I've ever had this.
No. And I have the Ale Asylum Hopalicious.
Oh. Party foul. Oh yeah, you need one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so like we mentioned on Monday, this is our new kind of thing we'll be doing for monthly updates up through till he's 12 months, so just a few months now.
Cheers.
We will be doing... Cheers. Love that you interrupted. Cheers and happy Thursday. So we will be doing his updates on the Thursday of each month. So you'll get us once a month for twice.
Yeah, a couple more times, and then we're going to probably do like every 3 or 6 months.
Yeah.
Update. I mean, 15-month, 18-month. That might be the one.
Yeah, adding. There's adding involved in that. So we don't do math in here.
I guess not.
On this.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so 10-month update. We officially have a crawler.
Mm-hmm.
And that is literally all he wants to do. Yeah,
it's a shame we bought all these toys for him to not care about them anymore.
Seriously.
And the thing is that, he spends like way more time awake.
Oh, yeah. And his schedule is so different now.
He uses so much energy, you would think, moving around and stuff, as opposed to just, laying on his back and playing with a toy. Or rolling over and playing with a toy. And It doesn't matter.
No. So yeah, he typically nowadays, he's like up for like 4-ish hours in a straight shot from the time he wakes up till the time he goes down for his nap. So some days he only gets one really good nap a day. Other days he might get like a little cat nap in the afternoon, depending. So still kind of up in there, but he's definitely slowly moving into that just one nap for a few hours in the middle of the day.
He will, like, 3 hours is like a good nap now.
It's pretty standard, which is super nice. It's nice that he will use that one nap and like use it good, But yeah, so now that we do have a crawler, we did some child proofing. There's still a few things that we need to do, but we plugged all the outlets with the outlet covers. We got cabinet locks for the kitchen and bathrooms.
Luckily, when we bought the house, our fireplace has like almost like a stone
hearth.
The bottom. And the previous owners before us never took off the padding around it, which is great.
Because they had kids. So yeah, there's already padding on the hearth. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Sure.
Comment below if you actually know what that's called. But anyway, so yeah, there's a foam padding around that. So we didn't have to do that. And we kind of shifted some furniture around so he had more room to like do his thing in the living room, which is kind of his main area where he plays. But yeah, we still haven't put on the cabinet locks yet. Probably happen within the next week or so. Because for some odd reason, this kid loves to go into our bathroom and play with our bath rugs.
Just the rugs.
Just the rugs. He doesn't care about the cabinets or anything. I mean, I'm sure it'll happen eventually, which is why we're going to do it. But he loves those bathroom rugs.
Yeah, he like the odd toys, or not even toys.
Odd household items.
Odd things that he finds just mesmerizing.
Yes. One of which is one of my dresses has like a sash. He's torn that out of the not torn it. He like plays with it. Like he likes to play with my dress sash and the bathroom rugs and his empty boogie wipes containers. Are you okay?
I forgot how to drink.
That's sad. Man, Thursdays don't do him well.
Nope. It's rough.
But yeah, so toys, like, he still obviously plays with his toys. Like we said, he's up for 4 hours. He ends up playing with his toys, but we pretty much are human jungle gyms to him right now.
Yeah, which is also nice because that's free.
True.
We are looking into getting kind of like that. It's kind of like the foam padded ramps and staircase and humps.
Yeah, you will find him in like daycare rooms. They have a few usually.
I forgot what
they're
called.
like gross motor, like almost like foam blocks that connect, and you can get step ones or like arched ones.
Mm-hmm.
We're still trying to find the best price, so we'll definitely include that maybe in our next update if we find something, so that you guys can get a good price on it too. But yeah, definitely looking into that. And then most recently, he's gotten more teeth.
Yes.
So he's definitely been super interested in our meals that we've been having.
The real food.
Yeah, which is so nice.
You know, the grilled cheese, the pizza, stuff where you can actually use both sets of teeth.
Bite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's getting his top two in right now. His bottom two are pretty much fully in now, I'd say. Nothing else in the horizon, but definitely his top two are slowly coming in now. So that's fun.
Mm-hmm. He's a lot more chatty.
Oh, yeah.
He will blah, 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 blah. Mama, dada. I think without even his intention, he said like hi before.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You do a double take sometimes. I'm sure other parents have experienced it where they'll like say something and it sounds exactly like a full sentence of something or like a specific word, and you like do a double take, like what? And obviously they did not mean anything by it, but it sounds like just like a specific word or a phrase.
Yeah, in that book that we always reference, the first year, it says that most babies will be like saying words, but not
without meaning.
Yeah, without knowing that this is mama and this is dada.
Yeah, which that's very true. Like he's saying those two things, but it's not like he's going up to him and saying dada and coming up to me and saying mama. Like he'll look at a freaking
book
and be like, mama. No.
Everything is mama according to you.
Good book.
Mm-hmm.
Fun one. Jimmy Fallon. Anyway, so yeah, definitely very chatty. His first word was, though, dada.
Mm-hmm.
Mama has been very recent, like within the last week, I would say.
And I haven't heard dada since.
Right. Yeah, dada is not as frequent as mama right now. So that's fine. But, yeah, as for, we kind of started mentioning it already. So for his food right now, he likes the stage 2 foods. And weirdly, we did buy stage 3 just to like have a few to try. They were almost more liquidy than the stage 2.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's like, their issue where, maybe they've been sitting too long or what. Maybe we just bought bad flavors.
I honestly think it's because like we bought ones that were like meaty. So we bought like chicken pot pie and like a turkey quinoa or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because it's meat that they like pureed extra fine, but it was like stage 1 liquidy. And
rank.
Yeah, it's super smelly.
They do not smell good.
I honestly wasn't planning on buying stage 3 initially, and then I just like for the hell of it did it, and I'm not going to buy anymore. He loves his regular chicken off of our plate or turkey and everything. He's a really good...
Yep. Fruits and veggies, he's kind of like hit and miss.
Veggies, he likes peas and corn, like off the table. He will eat that, or what we eat.
Yeah, we tried giving him a raspberry.
Too tart.
Yeah, just like...
He's still like very like weird textures. Like all the fruits he just can't get behind still. He'll eat them pureed, and like his stage 2, what we do is just make it a lot thicker with some rice or oatmeal just to make it thicker for him, because he can do better. He does better with the thicker purees now, but we still only buy stage 2 and just really thicken them. We don't buy stage 3 anymore because kind of a waste of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he still loves grilled cheese. I think we mentioned cornbread, crackers,
Pizza,
pizza.
chicken.
Yeah, his new
meat.
faves have been meat. Like he will eat our chicken nuggets, or we gave him pork chops once. We gave him hamburger, and then corn, peas. But if you have any suggestions of how to help him eat fruit, we are like dying to figure that out. I wish he could eat more of the fruits because I really would love for him to eat more fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so please comment below for any fruit suggestions. We're like dying to figure this out. Otherwise, though, he's been really good with our food. He's been super interested in it. He's not hesitant to try anything anymore. He will do it, and which is nice because before it was like I felt like I was almost forcing him to try things, which probably isn't the best.
Also, what's awesome is that he's starting to wean almost himself off of bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's really not taking as many ounces.
I'd say on average he takes about 20 to 24 a day.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas he used to be taking closer to like
30.
Yeah, like he was on like 4 bottles, 7 ounces each bottle, and now he's more on the 4 bottles, 6 ounces each bottle, and sometimes he doesn't even take all that.
And then on top of that, like we'll give him real food, and then we'll give him puree, and he will almost always eat all of his puree, maybe plus or minus an ounce.
Yeah, meals are like he pigs out pretty good,
which is great.
Yeah, no, really good. And then he does drink from a sippy cup now, water only. He does still take a bottle, like formula out of a bottle, but he takes from a sippy cup all by himself now. He just uses the handles and, obviously, I'm sure this is common. Like, he still has to figure out how to, like, tilt it up himself, but...
Yeah, I think, like, we normally just fill it all the way up because that way he has to tilt it less. That way he could get more or whatever. And I think it's just a matter of just like filling it up only 3/4 of the way. Right. And he'll figure it out. And then only halfway up and he'll figure it out.
Yeah. But he's been really good with that. He gets water at each like meal time. And then sometimes in between, if he's, water solves everything. If he's fussy or anything, you just give him water.
He also loves watching the water come out of the refrigerator.
Yes. He likes the ice and water coming out, even if we're filling our own cups. He like cracks them up. It's like the funniest thing in the world to him. But anyway, let's get into our products that we've been either have been super helpful this month or ones that we've had for a while that we just forgot to mention previously that we would love to mention for you.
And everything will be down in the description.
Yep, we'll link everything.
First off, what we've been doing more so is we've been, feeding him. And if it's ready to go down to sleep, we'll just kind of plop him in the crib.
Yeah. So
before we used to rock him. Used to
until he's like pretty much
passed out. So one of the products that we recommend is like a twist on mobile. And you hit the button and it goes for approximately half hour.
Yeah.
And it'll automatically shut off.
And it plays like
nursery rhymes.
Like lullaby songs.
Yeah.
They're like lullabies. And it's super cute. I found one that like kind of matched the vibe in his nursery. It's like bears that hang around and then there's like blue camo around the edge. You'll see. I'll link the exact one we have below. But it's been super. We didn't really use it very often before the last few months because like what Aaron was saying, we used to rock him until he was pretty much asleep. And now I might rock him for just a short time. And then he puts himself to sleep now. We put him in the crib and he fucks around for 10 minutes at most. And then he usually passes right out.
Right.
So that has been super helpful. And I think it helps him kind of get into the mindset because we only play it for when he's going down, obviously. So I think it's like a connection, like, oh, I'm supposed to sleep now. So that's good. And then another one, which is kind of old. We've mentioned it before, but kind of new because we added a little more to it. So we have mentioned before, we love the Cetaphil lotion. It's got the calendula oil in it. And it's really helped keep his skin moist because he did have the infantile eczema. And so we also now added the shampoo that kind of goes with it, with the same products in it, but shampoo, because we found not that Johnson & Johnson is bad at all. We've been using it literally up until the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's been phenomenal. But we started using that because we felt like his skin, now that it's colder and everything, it's starting to get more dry again. And so we thought maybe changing up the shampoo that we use would help keep the moisture in, which it seems that it has. So
yeah, we noticed that, not that it was cradle cap again.
No.
He just had some dandruffy, dry patches on top of his head. Mm-hmm. He would get some on his elbows.
Yeah.
His hands, because he's been sucking on his hands because he's been teething so much.
Or obviously now that he's been eating more of the table food, he feeds himself, and so his mouth, or his hands, are constantly in his mouth, both eating and playing. And so.
Yeah. And this, I mean, can't say enough good things about it.
Right. Yeah. So we started using the shampoo. I've been really loving it. It smells so freaking good. Like, I would use it myself if it wasn't like weird.
And normally baby shampoos all kind of smell a lot different than like human shampoos, and they all smell good, but this one smells, I don't know,
it's just
that much better.
Yummy smelling, let me tell you. So highly recommend that combo, I guess. If you are having trouble with your child or anything like that, we definitely recommend that. Another thing that he's been super into, and I think we might have mentioned it in our like the combo 8, like birth to 8 month video that we did first. We can link it up there. But it was one of our first episodes where we kind of talked about like raising an 8-month-old. We talked about like every month until 8 months. And I think we mentioned these in it. It was stacking cups and rings. And the reason why I'm bringing it up again is because he's been more interested in them lately, because he's been stacking them or trying to put the rings on the
actual
stander. I don't know,
the pedestal.
Himself.
What he used to always do is it would be 8 cups and you'd stack them up, boop, 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 and then he would just come, just smack it down. And now I almost see him like trying to like reach for the top one just and try to take it off. Sometimes, yeah, he'll just smack it all down, and you know, but it's the whole like trying to like just this one and then just the next one. With the rings, there's 5 different size rings, and he'll take off the one, he'll take off the next, and he'll go all the way down to the bottom, and then once he gets the 5th one, he'll try to like put it back on.
Yeah. So that's why I'm mentioning him again, because now he's playing with them a very obvious different way.
Educational.
Like, yeah, like he's doing it more like as a fine motor, like figuring out kind of way, like taking off one at a time and then trying to put it back on the pedestal thing. Or like he even tries to do that with the stacking cups too. Like he'll try to put it unsuccessfully, but you can tell that's what he's trying to do. So that's why I added them again. Mm-hmm. Great. And they're so cheap. Like
they're cheap, and
I think the stacking cups at Target are like $3.99. Yeah. And like he still plays with them, and I bought them when he was like 3 months old, I think.
Also, they're really easy to clean.
Yeah.
They're made out of plastic. They can be used as bath toys because they each have like little spouts on the bottom.
Yeah, like the number 8 cup has 8 holes in it.
Not that he would recognize that there's 8 different spouts coming out, but
no, because literally the holes are like the tiniest itty bittiest holes ever. But that's why they're being mentioned again, because they're solid buys, because they're so cheap, and he still plays with them at 10 months. So, did you want to mention the next one?
Yeah. So we bought this. It's a transitional toy. It's a walker. I think we mentioned it last episode too, but now he's kind of again playing with it differently. So it on the front side has all different buttons and numbers and 2 different settings. One's more educational, one's more music-y, and he's been trying to, bat it all. But now that he's been standing, he's been crawling, he's been wanting to stand on everything, except he lets go and can't
trust fall exercises almost
basically.
constantly.
And this is able to have him like walk at almost a steady pace.
Yeah. And what's nice about it too is that you can change the setting on that. So you can change it to be a slower walk or a faster walk depending on like what
There's really only 2 different settings, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like what he said, it's like transitional. So it's good for like when they're first figuring out. So he's tried to use the walker part of it a couple of times. And then we find him standing, kneeling, trying to get on top of it instead of just playing with the front. Like he's definitely more interested in the mechanical aspect of it.
But that's also a thing where we bought it at 5-6 months and he's been enjoying it. He loves all the different songs and all the different buttons and trying to pull things off and whatnot. But now it's like transitioning him to being able to walk a little bit better.
Yeah. We're all about the toys that last long and give like it's worth the money type of thing. So that's why we share them with you, because it's worth the money and
we had
great toys.
We had good success with it.
So yeah, we will link everything below that we've mentioned. And now that we're getting close to December, it is almost Christmas and Theo's 1-year birthday, which is, side note, that's freaking insane.
Yeah.
But now that we're on the topic of products, if you guys know any good products that we should be looking into for an 11, 12 month, beyond 12 months.
18, 24.
Yeah. If you have any good products that you like, comment below or shoot me a DM on Always Al or Adulting Midwest Style, my 2 Instagrams, because we started looking and we have a few ideas, but we'd love to know, again, products that you guys liked and feel like they're worth the money and everything, and so that we can also experience them too. But anyway, let's get to the let's get real section.
Yeah, so first it's food, and we
kind of mentioned some of these.
Yeah, he still doesn't like fruits, pasta.
Yeah.
And like we don't know why, but
we're assuming it's just texture.
Maybe the raspberry was really tart.
Yeah.
Or
so we're very happy with where he's come with food, like eating our food and everything. But I still would love to figure out like if we can get him to eat some fruit, or if you have a fruit suggestion that's a good like transitional type of thing.
Like a blueberry isn't as tart as a raspberry.
Yeah. Or something like that. If you have any or tips of how to give them fruits for them to enjoy it, I don't know. We bought some of those ones where you like put like food into like the netting. Or
it's like a mesh.
Actually, Grandma Mimi bought them for him. I should say that before she like calls me out on it. But with the netting, so you can put food in it, and they're supposed to like suck on it. And he's kind of been more like mashing it in there, and then like saying, "Okay, done."
Yep.
But yeah, so food has been still like minusculely tricky, but definitely a whole lot better than last month.
The textures kind of freak him out.
Yeah. And then as far as daycare versus home, the situation is schedules are still crazy because now he has transitioned into this like
kind
of later nap in the morning and everything like that. It makes it tricky now when we pick him up because he's either had a second nap that's like 20 minutes long, and it's like awkward. Like, do we put him down for another one before bed, or do we risk him being cranky like by dinner time?
There's also sometimes I've been getting to work and he's been sleeping, or getting to daycare and he's been sleeping, or the other way around where I'm getting to daycare as they want to put him down.
Right.
And it's like, no, like, just like, hang off, 5 more minutes.
The main thing is the schedule now with pickup, because with his later nap, we're picking him up during a nap that he just laid down for, or he's needing a nap, and so he's cranky, and then by the time he gets home, he's got like a new burst of energy, and then we're like, okay, how long is this going to last?
Mama and Dada, and there's that step I learned how to mantle.
Right. And then on top of that, I feel like he is still just constantly sick from daycare.
Yeah.
They pass. I mean, and granted, I totally expected. It's not anything against them. It's these. He's in the age where like they mouth everything and they practically swap spit on toys. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And so it's like bound to happen. He's just always sick. And honestly, some of it could be teething because teething has weird ass symptoms. But
and then we get like if he does get sick, then we get kind of like that little bit of sickness, and it's like, oh no, I know what's going on right now, and I don't want to be sick right now.
Right. So it's a tricky bit to figure out. I could have said that in a British accent. It's a tricky bit.
Oh, well, soggy bottom.
That's the only thing you like to say.
That and water bottle.
Water bottle. Anyway, it's a tricky thing to figure out these schedules, and then on top of that, just like him being sick all the time.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I have no idea what that is.
Sorry about that.
That was incredibly embarrassing for you.
That is for me to check my fantasy football lineup.
Well,
to make sure that all my hurt players are out. Sorry.
Anyway, updates furthermore, aside from the daycare and everything, that's kind of the two things we still struggle with. I think we mentioned them last episode too on the 9-month. That those are the kind of the things that I think we're going to just continue to struggle with until, you know, he's older maybe, and it might just be a little easier to figure out what he wants, needs, and work out a schedule with them that we can both work with.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, he's kind of tricky. But update on the hair pulling, no longer happening, but he kind of like, and I don't know if other moms can relate to this, but he likes to put like my hair in his mouth. Like if I pick him up and like I'm holding him like over my hip, or like he likes to like just kind of put it in his mouth and then like spit it out.
Yeah.
It's not like he's like eating it or anything, but or sucking on it for a long period of time. But it's like kind of like a reaction he does right when I pick him up.
Similar to me,
if that's normal.
To me, he'll pat my back.
Yeah, he likes to pat Aaron's back. He really doesn't do that to me when I pick him up.
And I think that's because when I pick him up, I'll go like,
probably,
you know,
hey bud,
hey
bud,
hey mister.
But yeah, so that's halfway good.
Mm-hmm.
Hair pulling's done, but now he likes to eat or suck on my hair for like a short period of time.
He will. I mean, he still is teething and drools just everywhere.
Oh yeah. It's almost gotten worse, the drooling, because you'll see it like on his shirt even more so.
We try bibs. Sometimes they get ripped off. Sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Depends on his mood, I guess. But yeah, still drools like a faucet. Still has all the teething symptoms that are questionably him having a cold as well. So that's the confusing part of teething. Like, are you teething? Are these just teething symptoms? Or should we be considering this to be a cold? Like, what's going on here? So that's kind of the tricky part of that.
And then with him being more mobile, it's like he can get into more trouble now.
Yeah. And not that he's like, not that we like have things around the house that he's getting into that he shouldn't be. It's more just he's more mobile. And so he can get up the step now. So he's not trapped in the same room as us. He can leave the room. And so it's more like we have to have more like eyes on him, which sounds bad because we were definitely supervising our kid while we played with him before. But now it's more like we're supervising him to make sure he doesn't hurt himself on the one step that gets into the living room.
Right. Because he also doesn't know how to get down from the step.
Right.
He just kind of like goes, which I always catch him, but it's the whole like
it's the whole premise that if
I won't always be there to catch you. So
yeah. And
then, you know, he also likes, like I was saying, he likes to pull up and stand up and do this, and then he'll 180 and stand there.
But not stand there because he will fall down because he doesn't have that balance. And so he likes to do trust falls a lot. He did that at daycare a few times.
He did get conked on the head at daycare.
Had a couple cuts from daycare one day when he was really just feeling himself, I guess.
Yeah, he was. I mean, we had to sign a piece of paper that said like, yeah, he's all fine.
Yeah. But yeah, so his mobility, though it's super fun and seeing him like that, he definitely can get into trouble, and obviously we've seen that already. And so with the childproofing and everything, I think we've prevented as much as we can.
And what is actually kind of nice is our living room is carpet, the step is carpet, and then right after that is hardwood floor, so you'll be able to hear the slap.
Yeah, he
if it was all
loves to bang on that wood floor.
If it was all carpet and you were working from home and he was crawling around,
you would not hear him leave that room.
At least you could hear like, oh, he's going.
Right. But yeah, so those are kind of, I know some of those were kind of repeats from 9-month, but kind of the same issues we've been having. So re-mentioning them, sorry if that's repetitive. But all right, so let's get into what we hoped for at the 9-month update, which was like movement enhancements. So I think we mentioned we were hoping he would start crawling, more interested in table foods, and then that he was saying mama, dad, or both, which I think we can confidently say that he's kind of nailed those goals.
Yep. It was basically like 2 days after we recorded the last episode that he started crawling.
Yeah. Mama and Dad were more recent. Dad first, like I said. That's been for a few weeks now. And then Mama was just like within the last week. Mm-hmm. And then the interest in table foods, like we mentioned, he's definitely been more interested in trying, figuring out that he likes certain things. I don't think we mentioned it. He's been doing really good at daycare with their food too. Like he doesn't seem...
According to them.
True, yeah. We don't know for sure.
He could just be like, oh,
and then it looks like he's eating it all, but I don't know. I don't think they'd like be that naive. But yeah, so it looks like he's been trying new foods there, seems to struggle with fruit there too. And so he's definitely more consistent with eating at home and at daycare and trying things. So I think we can confidently say that our 9-month goals were met. And then some goals that we had for this upcoming update, so from 10 to 11 months, we're definitely secretly hoping that he starts walking, which might sound stupid. Like, why would you want him to start walking? That means more trouble. But I don't know. I think he'd be happier.
Yeah. Obviously, you always want to see his first couple steps. And
yeah.
I just think that every parent looks forward to their kid walking.
I would think so. And he tries so hard to do that already. Like, that's why he stands up and climbs all over us. He wants to be standing and walking.
Unfortunately, his feet are always, like, on top of each other. Mm-hmm. So, like, when he stands, he's, like...
wobbly.
A top.
Yeah, so I would love to see him walk just for the fact that I think he'd enjoy it and be happier and everything like that. We both hope that he keeps on enjoying table food. Mm-hmm. Because that means less buying of baby food.
Yep, a bigger variety.
Yeah.
You know, everything that we give him, or everything we make, we always try to give him.
We always do, yep.
Whether it's enchiladas or, like, you know, I mean, we started with grilled cheese and pizza. Those
are successful every time. So we're hoping that he kind of does branch out. He's got like 3 staples that we're pretty confident he eats every time: grilled cheese, pizza, and chicken nuggets. It's more just like branching out into like when we have pasta or when we do make something like enchiladas and things like that. Like
something different.
Yeah. And of course, I'd love it if he'd eat, you know, fruit is definitely a main one that I wish he would not just get in his puree. Like I wish he would enjoy like the raw, real stuff. So that'd be a goal. And then do you want to see the last one?
Yeah. So hopefully he can start saying like hi, bye.
Not saying.
But also like clapping. He will take our hands with his little paws and
make us clap.
Move them together. And he finds that hysterical. but he won't take his hands and clap them.
So sorry if that's fucking loud in your ears. Him clapping into the mic.
Golf clap.
Golf clap. But yeah, so we're not hoping that he says those things. It's more that he he uses his hands like hi, bye, clapping, maybe waving.
He has said hi. I think bye is a stretch. Bye.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not more concerned. I'm concerned about him like learning more words and everything. That's an obvious one that we'd love to hear by the next month. But I'd love for him to show more actions too, like the hi, bye, waving, maybe blowing kisses would be freaking adorable. But yeah, so those are kind of some of our like goals or hopes that we can work with him on in the next month.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll update you on how that went.
Yeah. Hopefully we can meet all those goals like we did this past month.
Yeah. And then I know I've had a few people ask me about his peanut incident and like what came from the doctor's appointment and everything. So I thought I'd give you a quick update before we kind of close this thing up. So we went to the doctor, told the doctor about his incident and everything, and they actually prescribed us some like EpiPens just in case, but he basically said to avoid peanut butter until his 1 year. So that's where we're at. We're not supposed to give him any peanut butter or anything in that realm.
We have bought sun butter, which are basically
it's some sunflower seed peanut butter, but obviously it's not peanut butter. It's sunflower seed butter.
It's exactly how you think it would taste and smell. If you've ever had sunflower seeds on a salad.
It's not bad. It's not peanut butter.
It's not.
But it's not bad. And he seems to enjoy it sometimes. Other times it's more like meh. So we did get a replacement to try to give him something in the like.
More protein.
But so we're at the point where we're just waiting to get, I believe it's a blood test that they do first, and then they may end up doing a skin test too to see if it's an actual allergy or if it's like a fluky incident.
Yep.
But he seems to be wanting us to be more on the cautious, conservative side of it, and just like not giving him any more until we get those tests done. So that's the update for the peanut butter thing. That
being said, though, like we haven't been, at least I haven't been, like cautious around my own peanut butter intake. He'll
wash his hands after he eats. Like
I will usually wash my hands and my mouth, and then
that's about it.
It hasn't had a reaction like when you think of like peanut reaction, like, oh, you can't even have peanuts in the air. Like I would assume that a peanut allergy would progress to that, and kind of how we've given him peanut butter. He did fine with it. We gave him peanut butter one time. It didn't do well. And then now we just kind of avoid giving him physical peanut butter.
So essentially, he will eat like a trail mix at the table while Theo's in his high chair eating his own meal. Mm-hmm. And nothing's happened there, but we just haven't been giving it to him. We've been careful. If we do eat it, we'll wash our hands and everything before we touch him. But
wash our face.
Yeah.
Try not to lick him.
And so we'll give you an update at the 1 year or after that appointment if it ends up not correlating with when we do the update. And we'll let you know. So that's the answer for that. But thank you for joining us on a Thursday night. Mm-hmm. We will see you in about a month for the next update on a Thursday. But we hope you have, I guess, a great Friday and then weekend.
Friday weekend, yeah.
Now, we hope you have a safe weekend. And cheers. Thanks for joining.